Hello everyone, and I want to explain what happened for in previous a few weeks, and the most important what happened again. I'm very glad. I not tired say this again and again about my skill about English, very improved. Yes, and I'm very happy about this. I'm very lucky. I'm very glad what has happened. And finally, I start watching the movies. I change my focus on movies, and I asked my friend about which movie he can recommend me, American guy. And I already watched old movie like Blazing Saddles, Princess Bride, Young Frankenstein, Affair Thomas Crown. Affair Thomas Crown I've watched before in Russian language, but right now it's even better. It's even more interesting. But I've watched very interesting movie about something Beverly Hills, but not Beverly Hills. It's a story about a family who had very big money for selling their property, and they moved in California. And it's funny story. It's movie in 1991. Was produced in 1991. Yes, and the main sense what happened, I start understand more just from movie. Of course, I many times, if especially when I don't understand something, like a few sentence whole, for sure I back, push button back, and listen to again. I use subtitle. Still now, yes, and maybe in future I stop use subtitle. But I'm very glad I can listen to more and more, and I think it's very big, very happy help me what I read the book. Before I said I have my book about. I already have read The Great Gatsby. It's very long time ago. Master Your Emotions. The same author like this. The same author. Master Your Emotions. And that book I liked much more than this book. This book, it seems like have some very interesting moment, but it's for sure this book was, for my opinion, was compiled, just combined, assembled from separate pieces, more separate pieces, not so harmonic. I don't know how to say harmonic. Like his previous book, which I read. Yes, but anyway, for who learning English, for who like psychology book, I recommend this book. I recommend for sure. Just it's for me. I like a little bit perfectionist about the book, about psychology, about knowledge of psychology, because it's my profession, occupation. How to say my. Yes, and a little bit boring about this book, but even for me, he remind me in this book some very important moment. As I absolutely not sad what I read this book. Yes, I very quickly read this book, and this book was more difficult little bit than Master Your Emotions. It's if compared with other books or which I check, I think this like very absolutely perfect balance vocabulary, not boring. Anyway, it's not boring, especially for people who don't have knowledge about psychology, like a lot. It's for sure won't be boring for them. And I want to share my exciting. I'm very excited about this book, because this book it's like absolutely the best balance for start reading professional books for me, exactly for me, because it's not so calm. Usually this book for newbie about psychology start put in this book like anything, like any information, important, not important, like just it's not like not good preparing. But this book exactly explain you the most important psychology ideas, psychotherapy, and for example, it starts from Pavlov and quickly going to Sigmund Freud and like everything. I don't have nothing for criticize this book. It's like compiled, summarizing about psychology. Very perfect balance for start reading this book. Start reading book about psychology, especially for me. For me, it's very good balance. Yeah, and yes, if compared with previous two books which I read from this after, it's this book more difficult in vocabulary, but it's so amazing. I so enjoying about this, because you can imagine you have something, some subject about this subject you absolutely enjoy this subject, you love this subject, you know this subject very well, and you use many term vocabulary and from in this subject in your job many years. You explain about this you explained about this thousands people about this knowledge. And finally I am reading a book about my lovely subject. I have two the best subject for me. It's investments and psychology. Uh, and tech, tech. Yes, I very like any news about um, new phones, new cameras, new technology, about everything like this. And I absolutely enjoy it. It's so pleasure for me. I absolutely love this, and not too much. I think it's very good balance. This book explain you not too much professional. Don't use too much professional language, but don't give you any something not important. Something like some trash. You read this book and you understand this book. I understand it. Sometimes even have some psychology, some history facts about psychologists, psychiatrists. I don't know. Maybe it's not correct. Psychiatrist who use psychotherapy in his like psychoanalysis or something like. I always forgot this word. And yes, I absolutely enjoy because I understand. Finally, I know this word in English, which I used before many times, and it's like very useful, very interesting moment. Like because for behind this term you have very big knowledge, emotions, like something linked with this term, and finally you know this term in English, and it's very interesting for me, very interesting. I use like this word like so many times. I know right now how it's to say, how I can to say about this term in English. Maybe not to say right now, but like I know what does it mean. It's very interesting, and I found, I understand yesterday I have spoke, like correct, I have spoke a few hours with England man, and I understand almost everything what he said to me, and I'm very glad because I remember before he speak much more difficult for me. Anyway, even if yesterday he maybe speak a little bit more slowly or so, anyway, the most important, I'm feeling this feeling, this emotion. I have this emotion condition, state, emotional state, and I'm very glad. I'm very glad what I very motivated. I'm excited about learning English. This is for me the most important things. The most important because I'm not tired about this, and I continuously learn. It's not. I very like it. Yes. Okay, it's my story about my learning English, about my education. And yes, I recommend this book. This book I recommend who want to know about psychology. It's like just introducing in psychology. Just like it's not exactly about psychology, which you can. Knowledge psychology, which you know, if you know, you can start use in your life, or especially with your clients. Maybe you're like newbie psychologist, I'm sure, or I think it's you. If you're newbie psychologist, you anyway you need to read more professional books, especially it's English. It's your mother tongue, mother tongue, like this. Okay. I wish you everyone the best. If you learn English like me, I wish you the best, successful, like be successful about this. I wish you everyone the best. Yes. Love yourself. Take care of yourself.